This is my haul video from an antique shop. But you know what? First, you got to listen to Uncle Al.
I don't know.
Are you some creepy stalker or something?
Yeah, all right,
Yo, stop that watching.
No, you can listen to Uncle Al. You can keep watching. What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Otto, coming to you live and direct from the grotto. This is a follow-up to the video that you just watched the other day about my antique finds. Upon further reflection, I kind of messed this up a little bit, and I have a habit of overthinking things. But before we get started, you guys, when I show you the 20 books that I picked up, tell you how much I paid and the method behind my madness, please, you guys, sub up, subscribe now, follow the channel. Been getting some great content right now, especially with Terrificon right up around the corner. So now is a great time to subscribe to the channel. Like this video, you could thumbs it down. If you don't think it's fun to go hunting for comic books at antique shops, that's on you. Hit the notification bell so when we are coming out with new videos, this will come out at midnight tonight. Always like to see it. And comment below. Did I overpay? What do you guys think? Have you guys tried this before? Just give me your opinion, okay? Also, you guys, we are sponsored by our good friends at Spineworks. They will be at Terrificon at our table taking CGC submissions. They won't be doing on-site pressing, but they will be taking books for pressing and books that you pick up that weekend. And of course, Capture Collectibles will be there all weekend long, so you guys don't have to wait in line. So as of this video, we have decided to extend the date on the t-shirts for a few days. So the pre-order is still open on these. They're $20. We're not doing mass quantities. These are made to order, okay? If you do want it, we will ship it to you for $8, but that won't be till after Terrificon, okay? Really, really cool. Great blue. Absolutely love this, that the brother was able to come up with these. And we actually extended it through the 20th, I believe. So reach out to us on Instagram. You can comment in this video, but DM 3 Men in the Basement, Everett_Otto, Roger Levesque, or Dave in a Cave if you are interested. Then after Terrificon, get ready for the grand opening of the Little Giant Comics store at the mall at Rockingham and Salem, New Hampshire. We're going to be there all day. This is going to be a one-of-a-kind store. You're really, really not going to want to miss this event. If you know Little Giant Comics, he puts on one hell of an event, all right? So one more thing I want to tell you about, or actually two more things, but maybe I'll save that to the midway point of this video. So I'm in Damariscotta, Maine. Damariscotta, Maine is considered mid-coast Maine, and it's just for you guys to give you some landmarks. It's 45 minutes north of Bath, 2 hours north of Portland, considered mid-coast Maine. It's a campground that we go to all the time called Lake Pemaquid. As I was in the local gas station getting some things that I needed, I turned around. There was a guy wearing a t-shirt. Like I'm wearing a t-shirt. It said Mainly Antiques. I said, hey, man. He goes, hey, man. I go, you got any comics? Yeah, I got comics. I got 12 centers. I got 15 centers. I got a couple boxes. So I go, how far are you? Like I said in my last video, he said, a quarter mile down the road. Perfect. What day am I going to go? Okay. So you saw the video. You saw me hunting around the attics. You saw the boxes that I found. Now, should I have just made an offer on the entire boxes? Yes, I probably should have in retrospect. But you guys, I have so much surplus that I don't know what to do with it, and I don't want to get stuck with overselling things, okay? I'm completely inundated with short boxes that I'm trying to get rid of for dollar books of stuff that I'm trying to get rid of. So I'm actually kind of trying to slim down it. So when you see that kind of stuff, I'm like, yeah, it looks cool. Do I want to try to sell it and resell it? Not really. A lot of the books were kind of in a bad way. But as I was looking, I found some really cool things. And I'll tell you the price I paid and how many books I picked up, okay? So as I was looking through it, there's 3 books that you could always find good resale value in, $5, $10, and $20. And those are Amazing Spider-Man books, Fantastic Four books, and X-Men books, right? Bottom line, somebody's always looking for these books. And even not in great condition, people are always looking for fillers. So now these weren't bagged at all. They were just sitting in a box. The first book I picked up was ASM 170. Cool Romita cover, all right? Dr. Faustus on the cover. But again, guys, it's seen better days. I mean, this is a fine at best, VF minus, okay, for those reasons, okay? But I don't think I have that. A book that I bought off the rack was this 257. Again, it's got a bunch of spine ticks. First appearance of Puma. Spider-Man wearing the black suit. All right. And I do have some other ones, some other ASMs that I'm going to show you. Okay. I found this book, which I'll always buy this book just because I absolutely love the cover. This is 151. This is when Junior took over. All right. This was a great run in Spider-Man times. Okay. So ASM 151, the Shocker. Believe it or not, Shocker is one of my favorite villains. So really, really cool book. Pick this up. But again, seen better days. I've got to compare it to the one on my PC. Okay. Now, what am I going to do with this? I don't know. Maybe over the winter I sell a little bit more on Whatnot. Maybe I do that. Who knows? Maybe I do auctions. Okay. Another cool book I found was ASM 164. Kingpin on the cover. Definitely a Romita cover right here. I think actually Joe Sinnott might have done the inks on this. But really cool book. Then I found this. You know, the annuals are always hot. But again, this book has seen better days. So I found this. Okay. Picked up this Excalibur just because I love Excalibur. I think it's a great way to go. This is the one that doesn't have the markings, the price on it. I know the story behind this. I just don't know offhand. But I did pick this up. Love this Chris Claremont story. Alan Davis cover. Really cool book. All right. Really love Excalibur. I think there's room to grow on Excalibur. Not in the next couple of years, but relatively. Maybe by the time my kid's out of college, my youngest. All right. Then I started finding some unique stuff. This was really cool. This is a Spider-Man book. It's not numbered. It's Spider-Man versus Dr. Octopus. And it's Chaos at the Construction Site. And it's in cooperation for the National Action Council for Minorities in Engineering. Okay. So maybe they partnered up with, you know, an engineering, you know, I see this done in school systems quite often. So I'm going to take a look at this, find out about this, but I picked it up. It's a very thin book. Then I got into some really neat stuff as I was flipping through it. Ash cans. Ash cans, very popular. Not really expensive, but, you know, they're pretty cool. Believe it or not, when Image first came out, I really liked Cyberforce and Wetworks. All right. I really, really did. There was a couple characters that I liked, but I saw this Ash can and it was signed. It's actually numbered out of 5,000. Right there, Mark Silvestri. I mean, I assume that's who did it, you know, but really fun book, great art. Not so much story, but good stuff. And I don't know why they crossed it off on top there, but it's definitely numbered, autographed. What am I going to do with it? I don't know. Throw it in a long box, keep it, ogle over it. Pretty cool. Then I flipped through two books. One book that I've been hunting for just because Doom is so hot right now, man. They leaked that image. Howard Stern did that thing. Everything Doom is just blowing up. And I've watched this book along with the annual just blow up in price. And don't sleep on Secret Wars 11 either with Doom on the cover. That book is the next Doom cover, in my opinion, to start blowing up, okay? And I didn't want to really pay full retail for it again, but, you know, my first Doom is a 3.5. So if I had this book in a 3.5, I'm okay with it because it'll all be linear. But this book was seen better days, and I was so happy when I found Marvel Superheroes Presents 20 right here. Just buried, man, buried. And I've been looking at this book for like a year, all the memes and everything like that. So really happy to have this book, okay? Then I flipped through the last book, and I'm like, oh, I found something good. Let's see what happens with it. It's an ASM 300 newsstand, okay? But it was loose. It's ticked up. I mean, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 spine-breaking ticks. Some kind of tape on the cover. Maybe I'll see if the guys can take that off. But again, you know, raw dog copy, you know, see what it's going for. So I had those books. Now, this guy at this antique shop was wicked aloof, man. He had people coming in and out, and it was an old house that was completely converted, and a barn, too, into antiques. And there was stuff everywhere, and I did pick up something else, too, which I need you guys to help me out with because I'm not delivering this to my hetero life mate, Roger. Unless he watches this video or you guys let him know, I am not giving him this, okay? Little joke that we like to play. So I said to him, I go, hey, man, you want to take a look at these? So I didn't know if I should have grabbed the whole box or just these. But again, my logic was I don't need the whole box. I want these. So I kind of messed around with it. And he said, he goes, yeah, man. He goes, well, you're here all week. And I said, yeah. And he said, well, let me price them out. No, I don't want you to price them out. I don't want you to go on eBay. So this deal is probably going to be dead. But then he said, I got coverless books too. I got a ton of them at the house. I go, what do you mean coverless? He goes, yeah, coverless comics, and they're old. I said, man, I collect coverless comics. You do? Yeah. Well, I don't know about these. And he was just going back and forth. And he goes, well, why don't you stop by later on next week or later on in the week, and I'll have the coverlesses. So I left. That's it. So I'm thinking to myself, man, what am I willing to pay for this stack of books, right? I mean, if I'm willing to pay 100, 150, can I sell this and get these for free and then just make equity on them, right? Well, I'm definitely going to keep this, you know. So I really didn't know what to do. But again, I'm on vacation. I didn't perseverate over it. Nothing like that. So I went back 2 days later. I took out $200 out of the ATM. I didn't want to pay $200 for this because it's just not worth it. All right. It's not worth it for me to do the work, I should say. But then he had the coverlesses and he had a stack. And again, I probably just should have grabbed them all. So as I'm looking through the coverlesses, you guys know I love them. I find this book right on the cover. Huge Teen Titans fan sitting right there. But this book has been gnawed by a mouse. You can tell. But it is The Brave and the Bold 54. This is the first appearance of the Teen Titans. It's got the cover of Mr. Twister. Really cool book, so I definitely put that aside. Then I found this Strange Tales Annual, which is the third appearance of Spider-Man. And I believe, no, this does not have, or the third or fourth appearance of Spider-Man, the first time he meets Spider-Man. So I have this. I do have this in a 0.5 that my buddy Randy Sloan gifted it to me. So I immediately grabbed that. Then I found this really cool World's Finest that I grabbed early, 1962. So you guys, these are early books. I mean, these are old. So that kind of gives you the idea. And this is Brave and the Bold, World's Finest, number 129. And it's just Batman, Superman, Batman and Robin. Luthor's flying some killer Hornet. The Joker's on it. And I just grabbed this just because I thought it was cool. Then I found a good book. I know this book, one of my favorite villains in the Daredevil world, and especially in Jessica Jones. Purple Man, Kilgrave, right here. Early, 3 maybe? 4? Or somewhere around there. But he's still got the yellow costume, so it's got to be below 7 or 6. So really cool book. Grabbed this. Loved reading it. Read this book so many times as a kid. So I grabbed that. Then I grabbed this book right here. Early FF. Don't know what issue. I've got to take a look at it, but it's a Doom book. Let me see. Is this the one? Yeah, early. So I think this is in the 20s. I'd have to take a look at it, but it's got Doom all over it. It's pre-Joe Sinnott. It was George Bell inked it. So really cool. So I grabbed that. Again, does it have value? To me, it does. You know, what kind of market value is this? I don't know, but it's an early FF. Then I saw this, and I grabbed this one because I knew this was a reprint. This was a Marvel Superheroes. This was number 15, but cool Black Bolt cover and Medusa. So I grabbed that. And then I grabbed this one right here. This was the first time the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, I think, meet up. They have to fight. We have to fight the X-Men. Look, the reason I love coverless books is because Stan Lee wanted the first page to be just as important as the cover. But look at all this stuff. I mean, look, you got a giant dinosaur. I mean, you know, running around, flame on, just really cool stuff. So that's where my love for coverless comics have come from. Plus, it's nostalgia. It's Americana. Early Iron Man, Hawkeye and Black Widow are in this. I got to find out what issue this is. Suspected to be a murderer. I don't know. I've got to look that up. Then I found an early Thor book, and I'm pretty sure this is the first appearance of the Destroyer. He who bears the name Destroyer possesses the power to kill a thunder god. I'm pretty sure this is the first appearance of the Destroyer. So I grabbed this, but look at this, man. Look, the word bubbles, panels, great. All right. So Got those books, 19 books. I got one to go. But listen, at Terrificon, here's where we have to take a break. I got to take a drink. At Terrificon, we bought an advertisement in the program that you get, and please do it. We are doing a scavenger hunt. Every day, we're going to be giving away a really cool book, okay? And to start off, you have to stop by our booth. You got to get a stamp, subscribe to our channel, and that's how you're going to get started. Then you're going to read all these 10 clues, and get a check mark at their booth. Every day, we're going to use a different ink marker color. So every day, it's not like if you're there all weekend, you get to do it all weekend. It's one every day. So if you're there all 3 days and you get 3 programs, you can still enter all 3 days. And just really cool stuff that you can win. And stop by these guys. They're artists and or vendors. And it's our scavenger hunt. And it's going to be in the Terrificon pamphlet handout. Then ourselves and Power Kid Comics are doing 200 exclusive covers for his newest book. And this is the second clue of what we did a cover swipe of. All right. In the next 2 weeks, you're going to see a little more about what we're showing. Okay. So Sick Puppy Studios worked really hard on this. This was a decision that we made, and it was very easy for us to come up with it. Now, here's the last book. This is when your collector heart goes, oh, missed it by that much. And let me tell you, if it was on the ground, you would pick it up too. All right, here it is. This is what I see flipping through it. Okay, this is the first page of AF-15. As I'm thumbing through it, I see it. I get all the way to this, and I go, and then I see that. Exactly as it appeared in Amazing Fantasy 15. So it's a square-bound book, and I'm definitely going to look it up after I get off with you guys, because it reprints all the different stories of the major arcs at the time. The first appearance of Ant-Man, the first appearance of Sergeant Fury, first appearance of Iron Man. So it's definitely a square-bound compendium. If you know what issue this is, you guys, please let me know. I'd love to find out. And then I thought it was the guy just stapled all 3 issues together, but he definitely didn't do that. It's got first appearance of Hulk in here, right here. So, but again, you know, you think you found the big one, Wheezy, and you didn't. First appearance of Thor. But I really, really thought that I had it. But again, cool book, great story. Part of collecting is the stories. You know, every comic has a story. Every story comes from a comic, and that's it. So now, we're talking a little bit too long. What did I pay for all this? Again, I might have overpaid. I sell that. All right. So I went in there, and the guy says, I had the other books. He goes, you know that stack of books? He goes, why don't you just give me $200? No, I'm not giving you. I go, no, I'm not giving you 200. I go, that's way over what I wanted. He goes, all right. And then he said, I go, I'd be more into it for 100. And that's the way I said it. I'd be more into it for 100. And then I had the stack of coverlesses in my hand. And he goes, why don't you give me 150 and you can take that stack and the other stack that you have inside. So for $150, I took it. 20 books, less than $10 a book. I'm thinking I can sell the ASM 300 for around 200, and I get the Dr. Doom, and I make $50, and I got some really cool coverless books, and I get some cool stories. So let me know in the comments below, you guys. Should I have just bought the entire box next time? Should I just, you know, I overthink things, and that's the problem. I overthink things. I'm usually pretty good when it comes to the art of the deal. I've been making deals since I was a kid. And I don't know, this was a little bit awkward, but I'm definitely going to go back next year. I know where to look, and you know what? You got to find them at the antique shops now. I mean, I think eBay's priced out, whatnot, all those other places. So, I mean, they're there. You got to find it. You got to look for it. And the antique dealers want to get rid of it. And I did find this. I bought 2 of these. Now, if you're a friend and you follow Roger, please let him know that I bought him 2 Michigan glasses. Okay, University of Michigan glasses I found down in the basement. They're Pilsners, but I'm not giving them to him because I don't even think he's going to watch this video. So if you guys are his friend, DM him and say, hey, watch Otto's video. He's got something for you because, you know, it's an inside joke that we have. So I've been talking for 20 minutes. Again, you guys, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. Hope to see you at Terrificon. If you're interested in a shirt, let us know. Grand opening for Little Giants, scavenger hunt, our variant books. They're only going to be $200. They'll be $20 each, and they will be recognized with a CGC label if you choose. That they will be 3 Men in a Basement, Power Kid, 3 Men in a Basement comic book exclusives. Okay, so that wraps up my haul video. Thank you very much for watching the last video. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, I'm Everett Otto. We are 3 Men in a Basement. Peace.